We have a lens focal length direct reading. Hold on, let me rewind. I know the name of it. That's not what it is. I just said the name's on the front. Hello, my name is Vashtie, and welcome to my episode of These Pieces. I'm going to show you a collection of things that I love that have inspired me. It's going to be a mix of books, bags, sneakers, jewelry, all the things. This right here is a book, a Warhol book, obviously. I bought it secondhand at Strand Bookstore, which is an iconic bookstore in Manhattan. And when I bought it, I was just like looking for inspiration. And I bought the book, went home, and found that there were articles from the previous owner that they'd collected about Warhol's life while in real time. So it's actual newspaper clippings and magazines from when he was alive. So it was sort of like finding this gem was incredible, but then inside was an even better gem. Right here we have one of my Dior bags that I own. I love Dior. I mean, it's such an iconic house. I've been very fortunate to be able to work with the Dior team. Being like a young kid who grew up in the hood, not having access or not having very nice things, to me, I don't take it for granted that a brand like Christian Dior would actually give me something like this. So I'm very appreciative. And I mean, it's like super cute, so. Over here, we have a collection of some of my favorite records. I DJ, and music is very important to me. To have a physical form of music, to me, is very special. It reminds me of where we've come from as a culture and how we've progressed, but still how these sort of old school ways of existing are still important. Over here, we have Jordan 2s. They are the Jordans that I designed back in 2010, which made me the first woman to ever design a pair of Jordans, which is very special. I think it was a big moment for sneakerheads, sneaker lovers all around the world, but specifically women. Up until that point, sneakers were really designed for men. I think that the female fan base of sneaker culture was never really considered. There was a term back in the day that we used. A sneaker company would shrink it and pink it. They would basically take their sneakers that they made for men and make it pink and in the size of for women. And I think this was sort of the beginning trajectory of brands taking notice that women love sneakers, and you don't need to make something pink for us to buy it. You know, you can just make something cool and interesting. And since then, a lot of other women have collaborated with the brand, which is exciting to see. And I'm just really happy to be a part of that story. So over here, we have a director's viewfinder. Some of you may know or may not know, I'm also a director. I went to film school. This is a tool that a director could use to figure out the lens they need, the distance, all of that. It's a really special tool. It was gifted to me on my very first music video shoot by the producer of the company I worked for. And I mean, it's such a special gift and I love it. I've held on to it for so long. It's really just nice to have when you're working on set. First off, we have a sculpture that my friend B. Denise made for me of my cat who has passed away a couple years ago. He was in my life for 11 years. He meant a lot to me. You know, some people think of pets as just pets. And for me, he was definitely a companion, even though I joked that he was my jobless roommate, because he didn't have a job, but loved him very much and very thankful that my friend B. Denise made this for me. Over here is a bag of goodies. I have a collection of gold fronts. Now, I know in today's day and age, it's very common that everyone is wearing gold fronts, but at the time that I started collecting this, it wasn't very common. I have solid golds, which are my favorite. Gabby Elan did these for me. I also have another pair that Gabby did. He did the frames and Jacob the jeweler actually set the stones. I'm very thankful that I was able to form this relationship with Gabby Elan and have this collection, which is very special to me. I also have a very special ring that my husband gifted to me for a birthday present by Greg Una. Greg Una is this incredible jeweler. I mean, he makes jewelry for, all of your favorite people. So very special ring. I wanted something that kind of felt masculine and something that felt like a boss would wear. So I love this ring. I also have a ring here, which is a 3-finger ring. It was made by my jeweler on Canal Street, Jane, New Top Jewelry. Just a very classic kind of ring, which I feel like I wear every once in a while when I feel like I need a little injection of culture into my look.
It's tough to beat the title curator of cool. But if you're the curator of, well, anything, Geico can make covering your collection easy.
Here, we have a collection of Polaroid portraits that I've taken over the years. I started taking these Polaroid portraits probably in the early 2000s. I have an obsession with capturing moments and people. I think, I had a childhood where people were in and out of my life, and I felt as though taking portraits of these people would help maintain their presence in my life. So there's a lot of people in this book that are still in my life, and then some who aren't. But there's also a lot of people that I've worked with and had the opportunity of collaborating with. I'll show you just a few. Well, we have my cat that I talked about here, Kid Cudi, my friend Oscar, Q-Tip, who I did a party with for a very long time at Santos, which Drake shouted out in Walk It Like I Talk It. Used to be with Vashtie at Santos. My friend Angela, who has a brand called Awake, which is incredible. Solange, Heron Preston, Paris Hilton, Rihanna, everyone's favorite. Justin Bieber from the set of One Time, where I directed his music video. Just a mix of people, fun characters, interesting. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for joining me on my episode of These Pieces. I hope you enjoyed checking out all of my wonderful and fun, weird items that I've collected over the years. And I have to go back to work, so I'll see you soon. Bye.